Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving week in the US at least. Welcome to Brunch Break episode 29. Today we're going to be talking about my top 5 tips for holiday get-togethers. My name is Mrs. Chard and I am your host for Brunch Break here on the Chard page every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Let's get down to the nitty-gritties. My top 5, that's 10, top 5 tips for holiday get-togethers. Number 1 is to set goals for yourself. Know what you are getting into and know what you want for your holidays to look like. So setting goals for ourselves and not forgetting why we're doing this. Knowing why we're eating healthy, knowing why we're prepping for success. These are all very, very important. If we don't know why we're doing it, it's going to be very easy for us to talk ourselves out of eating healthy. It'll be very easy for us to talk ourselves into getting another cookie if we don't know why we are choosing to eat healthy. So know why you're doing it and set the goals and have them be very specific so that you know exactly what your holiday will look like. So get your meal ready, know your goals, know why you're doing it, have a game plan for success for holiday season. Hi, Mary Ellen. If you guys are here, tell me hi in the comments. I love interacting with you guys live on camera. So number 1, setting goals for ourselves. What is our holiday get-together menu and action steps going to look like? And not forgetting why we are eating the way we are. This is going to be a pretty quick brunch break. I know you guys are busy and it's holiday week, so I want you guys to get back to your prep and get prepped for Thanksgiving. Number 2 is to take care of yourself first. And I know this might seem a little selfish, but when we take care of ourselves first, we can then better serve the people around us, our spouses and kids and friends, and we can be a much better, in a much better place if we are taken care of first. And then we can have all of that good, positive energy go towards, go to everybody else. Hi, Leah. Hi. Hey, guys. So this can look like a bunch of different ways, taking care of ourselves first. Number 1 is the food. And having your own food at a holiday get-together is so imperative. When I first was making my lifestyle change, I never brought food to any event or anything. I was 20, early 20s. And, at that point I was like, my mom will bring, the green bean casserole and, all this stuff. So I'll just, show up. But when I made my lifestyle change, I was 20. I'm really bad with numbers. I think I was 23. And so I just kept showing up to Thanksgivings and I was like, oh my gosh, there's really not a lot of food that I want to be eating if I want to be focused on whole plant-based living, right? And so it was really tough for me to not go towards those addicting holiday foods, the treats and, the turkey and the stuffing with butter and all that stuff when I didn't have anything else to eat. I didn't bring anything and there really wasn't anything there for me. So I very quickly learned that I needed to bring my own food. And so I started doing that. I started bringing my own food. And then everyone's like, oh, are you too good for us? You can't eat our food. So I'm like, okay, now I need to bring some things to share. So very quickly, I decided I need to bring my own food and I need to bring something to share, and that's number 3, so I'll wait on that one. But bringing your own food, I have no shame in this. I will bring an entire cooler into grandma's living room and set up shop. And at first, I got a couple stares and eye rolls and questions and, oh, what's she doing? What's in there? But I had to take care of myself first so that I could better be in a better mood, place, mindset, just to hang out with everyone for the day, knowing that I was taken care of and not totally stressed out from not having anything to eat. So taking your own food, taking your own snacks. I will shove clementines in my pants and up my bra if I have to make sure that I have enough food for the entire get-together, because usually we're at my grandma's or family's house for the whole day. So I need to make sure that I bring not only 2 meals for the day, but since everyone else around me is grazing and snacking, I most likely will too. Usually on my day-to-days, I just have two 2 meals and I fast the rest of the time. But during the holidays, it's a little bit difficult, and I'm out of the house. And so, yeah, I'll have some apples and clementines like in between meals. So having enough snacks too to get you through the day, the holiday. The third thing, as far as taking care of yourself first, is to eat before you go. And I know this sounds weird, but let me give you an example. Coming up here this weekend, we are going to be, my family is going to be eating at a local like cafe, buffet style place. And there's really nothing on the menu or at the buffet that I want to be consuming. So I'm going to eat before I go, and I'm going to make sure that I bring something so that when we head to my family's house later on that day, I can always warm something up. I can always pull out my fruit salad and that kind of thing. So situations like that where I'm not going to bring, you know, a big cooler into a restaurant and set up shop there. I'm just going to have some things before I go so that I'm fine during the meal, during when everyone else is eating. And then I'll just, you know, bring something out of my cooler once we get back to my family's house. So that would be an instance where I would eat before I go. Typically, we're just having things at my family's house so I can, you know, bring a cooler and warm up something there. But at a restaurant, it's a little bit difficult, especially this one, small town cafe that really doesn't have a lot of fruits and vegetables and beans and things like that on the menu. So in that situation, I'm going to eat before I go. And I don't really care if anyone else is eating around me and I'm not. I'm going to order some lemon water and just hang out and talk with my family instead of having the focus be on food. So at first this was a struggle for me, you know, to just sit there and be like, oh, I'm not eating anything. And I think people at first are like, oh, is she okay? Like, is everything going okay? Like, you know, having like feel bad for Bethany. She's not eating any food, but I'm fine. I'm not like sulking in the corner. I'm just hanging out at the table and just not eating, just not hungry at that moment. So don't be afraid to do that either, and stand up for yourself and know what is good and right for you. Into number 3, I talked about this just a little bit. Sharing is caring. Bring a dish to share. And not everyone will love your dishes every single time, but some of my dishes have been pretty well received. I usually make a pumpkin caramel dip for Thanksgiving with celery and apples as like a dessert, and that goes over really well. I have made a chocolate cheesecake, like wholesome pie-ish, looks like a cheesecake pie kind of. That's went over really well. I've made a rice dish with pomegranate and spiced pecans, and that went over really well. So it doesn't matter if everyone raves about your dish. It's just the fact that you're bringing and sharing something that you made. You know, a lot of people share their love with food. I know a lot of people in my family do. So if I can do the same and it be a healthy dish to share, then I'm going to do that. So I typically will bring at least one dish to share with everybody. Tip number 4, how are we going to handle the comments, the backlash, the food shaming, peer pressure type stuff, right? So this was something that I still continue to work through, and it was a struggle for me at first to completely change my diet and lifestyle. And then, you know, at home, of course, it was fine. But then when I'm around family and friends and, you know, I'm doing something different than I normally do, and I'm doing something different than everyone else is, most of the time it raises questions. And the thing that I've learned in the past 4.5 years of living a healthy lifestyle and, you know, continuing that out is that I really can't be offended by what people say to me. Like, people are going to make fun of me. People are going to call me a rabbit, which honestly is a compliment. So thank you. People are going to have snide comments. People are going to have genuine questions and comments. So I think the first and foremost thing for me, I got so defensive. Like at the very beginning, I got very defensive at first. And I didn't really know how to tell the difference between if someone was like making fun of me or just making a comment to make themselves feel better, or if they were genuinely interested in what I was doing or what I was eating. And so I think that's very important, is, you know, really gauge, is this something that someone's just like making fun of you and making a snide comment? Because then we can just say, ha, good one, and move on. But if they are genuinely interested in what you're eating, or maybe they want to try some, to share with them, then it's a little bit of a different approach. So the bottom line is that we don't have to answer to anybody about what we're personally eating. Like it's really no one else's business what's on my plate. So I just have to be confident in knowing that I have made these decisions for myself and I'm happy with them. This goes back to setting the goals and knowing why you are eating the way you're eating and taking control of having the food in front of you that you know is going to be best for you. So if you've done all those things and then someone makes a comment, like you're so solid in that, choice and in that decision so that it can maybe affect you a little bit less. And I get it. Like it's hurtful sometimes to get some comments. It's a little bit uncomfortable sometimes to get comments. You don't want to offend anybody and you're in public and it's, everyone's looking at you and stuff. I get it. You just got to own it and say, you know what? I really love eating this way. I love this food. Would you like to try some? And if they don't, fine. And if they do, fine. I really, and another thing too is people will ask why you're not eating certain foods, right? So why are you not eating the turkey? Why are you not having Aunt Marie's caramel cheesecake truffle puff, right? Why aren't you? Like have some, live a little. And the thing is on the opposite side of that, would anyone look at someone and say, why aren't you having any vegetables? Like, why aren't you eating my black bean brownie? I don't ask people that. Because what they eat is their choice and what I eat is mine. And we can, of course, help share and influence and lead by example, which is number 5. Yeah, bottom line is that the food choices are yours, and just kind of gauge if someone is making a comment to you, is it of genuine interest or is it, like a backhanded making fun of comment? Because we can just say, you are so funny, Uncle Dan or whoever, and then just go on with your day. You want to play some cards? Change the subject, right? Don't let people force you into an uncomfortable conversation or corner or situation if you don't want to have it. So know your ground, stick up for yourself. And then number 5 too is lead by example. So just continue to live out this lifestyle, continue to make good choices, continue to be positive and uplifting and, sharing with your meals and sharing with your lifestyle for those who are interested. And people will notice. People do notice. I have tons of family members that have changed their lifestyle. And I have shared, all of my experiences with them, and they have seen me at holiday events and they ask questions and then they start making changes. And so leading by example is one of the biggest forms of influence, I guess, or to get change, started and at least planting the seed. So a little plant reference there for you. So lead by example in whatever way that looks for you. Keep it positive, keep it, uplifting. And this is the holidays. We don't want it to be stressed out and a big, we don't want it to be a big stressor for you. The time that I spend with my family over the holidays now is much more important than the food. And so I need to just keep reminding myself of that. Mary Ellen says, rice dish with spiced pecans and pomegranates. Oh my gosh, yeah, I need to get that recipe up in the nation. The sauce in there is tahini, balsamic, coconut, and then, yeah, the main dish part of it is onions, celery, brown or black rice, spiced pecans with balsamic and onion and garlic, and then fresh pomegranate seeds. Did I say celery? That's in there too. That was really popular. I made that either last Thanksgiving or yeah, it was last Thanksgiving. It went over really, really well to my whole extended families. To do a Thanksgiving, my grandma and her siblings, all of their people get all together every couple years. And so that's the dish I brought last year for that. So, all right, guys, there you have it. My 5 of my top holiday get-together tips. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thanks for all the live viewers that joined me today and holla to my replays. Guys, have a really good Thanksgiving. I really wish you and your family and your friends a happy, healthy, safe Thanksgiving. And I will see you next week for Brunch Break episode Oh my goodness, episode 30 is next week here on the Love Chard page, 11 a.m. Central Time. If you would like additional support, recipes, guidance, accountability, friendship, tools, videos, get in my monthly membership site, NutriBabe Nation. That's at NutriBabeNation.com. We just had over 14 or so people join in the last week or so for the holiday challenge, which we started yesterday. If you would like to join in the holiday challenge, we're on day 3 right now, and it's not too late to join. So head to NutriBabeNation.com. Get in, girls, so that we can party hard this holiday season. I will see you inside, and I will see you here next week. Bye, guys.